Here's my look at the NGK 5766 IMR9C-9HES spark plug pack of 4. You will find a link to purchase this and other models at a discount in the description below the video. You can place your order right now. I'm using a screen recording here because I can't show the plugs on camera the way I want it. It's not ideal, but I'd rather walk you through the details than leave the review out. I start with the basic idea of these plugs. They're iridium, which means a fine electrode that holds up well under heat and doesn't wear fast.
Did you know that the best discounts on Amazon last only a few hours? That's why I launched 2 channels where I publish the highest discounts on Amazon products in real time every day. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to our Threads and Telegram channels right now to consistently save money on your everyday purchases.
NGK usually gets this right, and the IMR9C-9HES plugs follow the same pattern. The build is clean, the tip is solid, and the specs line up with engines that need a colder heat range. If you're running a bike or small engine that's picky about ignition, these plugs tend to give a steady spark without you having to mess with them after installation. As I go through the product page on screen, the first thing that stands out is the heat rating. These sit on the colder side, so they're aimed at engines running higher revs or higher temps. If your setup runs hot or you've had trouble with pre-ignition, these usually behave better than cheaper copper plugs. The iridium tip doesn't blow out fast, and it helps the spark stay consistent even when the engine gets stressed. Looking at the pack of 4, the value is fine, but it depends on what you're using them for. If your engine only needs 1 or 2 plugs, the pack might feel like overkill. But if you're maintaining a set or you swap plugs regularly, getting 4 at once saves time. What I like here is that NGK tends to keep gaps close to spec right out of the box. I've had other brands show some sloppy gapping, but these usually need little to no adjustment. Still, you should always check the gap yourself because engines vary and shipping can knock things around. As I scroll through more details, I notice some buyers talk about fit issues. That's not the plug's fault as much as mismatched engine models. This plug is specific. The thread size, reach, and heat range all need to match what your engine manual calls for. If you force the wrong plug in, you'll hate the results. When the plug is correct for the engine, it tends to fire clean, start quick, and reduce hesitation. But choose the wrong one, and you'll think the plug is defective even though it's just mismatched. The iridium center electrode is the real selling point. It takes less voltage to create a spark, which helps older ignition systems or engines that sit unused for a while. On the flip side, if you're expecting some dramatic horsepower gain, that's not what spark plugs do. They keep the engine running the way it should, not turn it into something it isn't. I've seen people blame these plugs for performance issues that were really carb, injector, or coil problems. A plug can only do so much. While I go through the specs, I also check how the sealing washes and threads look. NGK usually machines them clean, and that's true here too. The threads are sharp and don't bind. The washers seat well. It's the kind of detail that doesn't seem important until you deal with a plug that leaks or strips. These feel reliable in that sense. Something else worth mentioning is longevity. Iridium plugs generally last longer than copper ones, but that doesn't mean you can install them and forget about them forever. Heat cycles, carbon buildup, and engine conditions still matter. These hold up well, but I wouldn't stretch them to extremes. Think of them as a solid long-term option, not a lifetime part. As I wrap up the overview on screen, the main point is simple. The NGK 5766 IMR9C-9HES plugs work well for engines that need this exact spec. They start clean, they're stable under heat, and they don't wear fast. The downside is mainly the narrow compatibility. If your engine doesn't call for this model, you won't get the benefits. If it does, they're dependable and easy to live with. If this breakdown helped you, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next review.